It's day 32 of the government shutdown. And it could be a really big week for us because we could possibly see the Senate schedule a vote for the deal that Trump offered the Democrats on Saturday, day 29 of the shutdown, right? So on day 29, Trump offered the Democrats, in exchange for the $5.7 billion for the wall, 3 years of temporary protections for DACA and TPS immigrants, right? So this was a really big deal. And it was like, why is it such a big deal? It's a really big deal because in 2017, Trump actually canceled DACA protections and the protections of some TPS recipients because he was cracking down on immigration in the United States, right? So, what is DACA? DACA is Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, right? So in 2012, it was discovered that there were like 1.3 million undocumented citizens living in the United States, right? These people have been brought here as kids and who had really lived their whole lives in the United States, contributing to society, like going to school, being involved in military service. But they didn't have the proper paperwork to be United States citizens. They hadn't actually even, embarked upon the path of citizenship legally in the United States. So when Trump came out and canceled DACA protections in 2017, it threw everything into a frenzy because some people had never even known that they were like snuck into the United States were all of a sudden eligible for deportation. Okay, so that's what we saw in the media. We saw people being deported after being in the United States for like 20 years and having jobs, or some vets being deported even though they had families here. It was to do with DACA. TPS is temporary protected status, and it covers people who are fleeing from countries that have been hit by natural disasters or who may be in areas where violence is being inflicted on them, so they can seek refuge under the Violence Against Women Act. These are countries like Haiti, Sudan, El Salvador, and Nicaragua. Why is this happening? Why is Trump offering DACA protections now? Okay, so when Trump canceled DACA in 2017, he ordered our Congress, the 115th legislative session, to come to a resolution on immigration, mostly regarding the undocumented people who were here already. Congress couldn't come to a resolution. The bill that was a conservative bill that was proposed was the Bridge Act, and it actually died in Congress because the Democrats would not agree to it because it doesn't offer a clear path to citizenship for these dreamers. These are people who have lived their entire lives in the United States. Okay. So the deal that Trump offered the Democrats on Saturday is actually just the Bridge Act that they've already rejected in Congress, right? It's an act that just offers temporary protections for 3 years for the dreamers who are already here, but it doesn't offer any path to citizenship for them, and it also doesn't cover new people who we would classify them as new because they could be living here already, but we don't know yet that they're undocumented. Okay. So when Trump canceled DACA in 2017, the federal judge blocked the cancellation of DACA, ultimately freezing it. So everybody who was still protected by DACA isn't protected until the bill expires. But they aren't accepting any new applicants for protection status. Okay, so Nancy Pelosi came out right away and said that the deal was kind of a non-starter, and it looks kind of like, whoa, why aren't the Dems, willing to negotiate? That is not a negotiation. That is not a compromise offering a version of a bill that already died in Congress because it ultimately has no good end. So we're still stalling on this border wall. Mitch McConnell has the power, though, to bring this to vote, and he said he would. This will be interesting to see what will happen, being that this is already a bill that died in Congress.